Now at 5:30, a federal lawsuit's been filed after a disturbing video surfaced showing a northern Kentucky deputy shackling a small child in school. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
Also on WKYT this morning, a standoff in Pulaski County has ended just a little bit ago. A suspect is in custody, but it lasted nearly 12 hours.
And a robbery victim is recounting the terrifying moments when a robber broke into his cabin and attacked the victim's sister in Wayne County.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning, and it's so good to have you with us on Tuesday, August 4th, here on WKYT. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Hope you're having a great start to your day. It is Tuesday, and, you know, really not expecting too much action. A little bit, though. Yeah,
we've had some of those scattered showers and storms in the overnight hours here and there. It missed a lot of folks, but it hit some. Let's check in right now with meteorologist Micah Harris. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. Yeah, we're looking outside today, and we could see a couple of more of the rumbles of thunder, but I just don't see any severe weather threat for today. However, as we get into the afternoon, yeah, you could have a couple of strong thunderstorms in the forecast. Current temperatures sitting there in the 60s and 70s. It's not a bad day. In 24-hour planner, we get into the afternoon. There you go, 87 degrees. Few storms here and there, and I still believe south of 64 and back toward the southwest is probably your best bet later on today. We'll get into that. I'll show you what you can expect out of it coming up.
Okay, we'll see you.
We are tracking a rather disturbing case out of northern Kentucky this morning.
A federal lawsuit has now been filed after a Kenton County deputy was caught on camera shackling two small children. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is at our live desk with the latest developments and on that investigation. Good morning, Hillary.
Good morning, Bill and Rebecca. It is a video that is raising questions about how discipline is being carried out in schools and is now the source of a federal lawsuit. The disturbing video shows a northern Kentucky third grader placed in handcuffs while crying for several minutes. The American Civil Liberties Union identified the school resource officer seen cuffing the 8-year-old as Kenton County Deputy Sheriff Kevin Sumner. The federal lawsuit by the ACLU states Sumner shackled two elementary school children who have disabilities, causing them pain and trauma. An attorney with the Children's Law Center told our sister station WCPO the video was taken by a staff member at Latonia Elementary. He says the video is horrifying and reading the allegations on paper does not even compare to seeing it play out on video. The lawsuit says both students have ADHD and they were being punished for behavior related to those disabilities. Now, officials with the Kenton County Sheriff's Office say they did not know about the lawsuit until all of the media attention, and they are now reviewing it with their attorneys. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, thank you. There's a lot of people talking, certainly. Well, a standoff with a wanted man in Somerset has come to an end this morning. Police tell us they went to arrest the man about 4:30 yesterday afternoon in an apartment building on Sycamore Street, but he wouldn't come out. He was taken into custody around 4 o'clock this morning. He was wanted for terroristic threatening. As a precaution, Somerset police evacuated everyone living in that apartment building. And new this morning, 3 people were rushed to the hospital overnight after a crash on the interstate in Lexington. That happened about 11:30 last night on northbound I75, just around the exit 104. Police say a passenger told them that the driver got too close to the edge of the road, and that's when it flipped and crashed. 3 people had to be taken to UK Hospital. Police say their injuries were not serious.
A vacation turned frightening for a northern Kentucky family. They say a man robbed them in their cabin on Lake Cumberland. Happened early Sunday morning in a cabin in Wayne County. Carl May says the robber got in through an unlocked door, then attacked and tied up his sister in the bedroom. The family says the man stole money and prescription drugs, then ran off.
We were targeted. I honestly believe we were targeted because they knew specifically who the man specifically knew who to go after, what he wanted, because he passed up the first floor bedrooms.
Well, May says his sister was treated and released from the hospital. The family says they have stayed in the same cabin for more than 20 years and have never had a problem before. Police say they have a good description of the robber, but they're not releasing it because they think it could harm the investigation.
The time is 5:35 now on WKYT this morning, and new this morning, a Knox County woman is behind bars right now. She's accused of stabbing her boyfriend. 32-year-old Jessica Lowe is in the Knox County Detention Center facing assault charges. Deputies say she and her boyfriend, James Barton, began arguing when the stabbing occurred. Lowe says she stabbed Barton in self-defense after he became violent toward her.
He had started beating on me in the head with some canned food, and he had grabbed a knife and it had cut my right arm. And I got the knife and I stabbed him like right here.
Deputies say Lowe also became violent toward them when she brought a knife with her to the hospital and tried to fight officers when they tried to take it away from her. One officer was cut during that struggle but is recovering. Barton was in critical condition for a while, but we're told that he is doing better.
Well, some storms caused some damage in parts of central Kentucky last night.
Right. People living in a home on Shoemore Road there in Mount Sterling say strong winds caused some exterior damage to their home and brought down some trees nearby. Thankfully, no one was hurt. And dispatchers in Bourbon and Rowan counties told us that high water covered a few roads at times during those storms. That same round of storms touched down quite hard in Ohio. A lightning bolt hit the cap of an underground fuel tank at a gas station in Fairfield. That sparked a huge fireball, leaving behind a massive crater. Nobody was hurt, but just in case, firefighters evacuated everyone within a 2,000-foot radius. They say their biggest concern now is making sure there are no environmental effects from it. They say the rain kept washing away foam used to eradicate harmful vapors.
Well, the search continues this morning for a missing central Kentucky camper in Wolfe County. Family members say 31-year-old Josh Atkins of Richmond took off from the Cumberland Ridge campground Saturday night just before his family was supposed to leave. They say Atkins suffers from a mental illness. More than a dozen agencies have helped with the search, but they haven't been able to find him. His family says they're hopeful that he's okay. They also want to tell people that Atkins may look intimidating, but they say he's very friendly.
Well, in some national news this morning, we're tracking the latest on a tragic story out of New Hampshire right now.
We've learned at least 2 people have been killed after a tent collapsed at a circus there. You're taking a live look at the scene right now. The tent at the Walker Brothers Circus fell during a strong storm yesterday afternoon. About 100 people were inside when it came down. At least 27 of those people have been hospitalized. Authorities will continue investigating later, looking at the setup of the tent to find out what caused it to collapse.
A Florida mom who's accused of kidnapping her daughter is behind bars a day after CNN's The Hunt with John Walsh told her story, and the 3-year-old girl has been reunited now with her father. CNN spoke with him shortly after their reunion.
Well, that reunion took place right here at the Putnam County Sheriff's Office, and when I spoke to the biological father of that precious 3-year-old, he told me that it's going to be a difficult transition getting her back into the family, but he sleeps well at night knowing that the mother of this child is behind bars.
This all started about a year ago in Sunrise, Florida, when a mother left with the child and didn't return it.
According to officials, Megan Everett's arrest comes more than a year after she left behind a note at the home of her boyfriend, telling him she'd taken off with her daughter. Dear C, if I let them take her and vaccinate her and brainwash her, I wouldn't be doing what's right. I cannot let a judge tell me how my daughter should be raised. The note continues, we will miss you, but I had to leave. I know she will be safer and happier with my family and I. Investigators say 23-year-old Megan Everett was on the run with her daughter for a year, with 3 warrants out for her arrest. But thanks to the CNN program The Hunt with John Walsh and Everett's landlord who saw it, this mother is now behind bars. And tonight this father gets to take home his daughter wrapped up in this pink blanket.
When I first heard that it's possible that they found her, I was shocked. I didn't really know what to say. I thought it was so surreal. You know, John Walsh put the show on last night, and I couldn't imagine less than 24 hours that they would have found her after a year and a half of searching for her.
Bauman told us he has nothing to say to the mother of his child, but he has these words for the person who called authorities.
Thank you. You don't know how much it means to me and my family.
Again, the father of Abigail says he's very thankful to the landlord who called and made the call to authorities. He also tells me that he will now have 100% custody of his child.
Well, an update now to a health alert that we've been following out of New York. The death toll from an outbreak of Legionnaires disease has now risen to 7. People waited in line yesterday to attend a town hall meeting about how to stay healthy. The disease, which is a severe form of pneumonia, can infect people when they inhale mist containing the bacteria. Officials have found the bacteria in 5 cooling towers in the South Bronx. All of those have now been disinfected.
Now 5:40 on WKYT this morning, and a newly released WKYT Herald Leader Bluegrass Poll shows that the majority of Kentuckians want a controversial statue to stay in the state capitol rotunda. After that massacre at a South Carolina church, the state government wrestled with keeping the Confederate flag raised at the Capitol grounds there. That sparked a debate around the country about Confederate symbols, including here in Kentucky. Many politicians began saying that the statue of Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy, should be taken out of the Capitol. However, the latest poll results show that 73% of Kentuckians want the statue to stay.
In a poll that revealed a lot of neck-and-neck races, this was one answer that there was no confusion. Kentucky respondent voters said leave Jefferson Davis where he is. You know, it makes you wonder, some of these candidates really put themselves out on a limb here by calling for its removal.
The commission deciding the state's fate, that statue's fate, will be meeting again next Wednesday. For the Bluegrass Poll, Survey USA talked to 1,000 people across Kentucky between July 22nd and 28th.
New Fayette County School Superintendent Manny officially has his first day in the books. He spent the day getting settled and meeting teachers and staff. He says he already has an agenda for the upcoming school year. Cox says he wants to build strong relationships among teachers and staff. To do so, he'll host a family reunion, as he's calling it, this Sunday for Fayette County school employees at Masterson Station Park. So a new era, and really just a couple more days until the kids are back in Fayette County schools.
Next week. So it'll be interesting, and that event coming up this weekend should be interesting as well. Everybody getting together. 5:42 is our time this morning, and let's check live drive traffic and see what is going on here early on your Tuesday.
Let's take a look at the Waze app right now. Not seeing a whole lot of action out on the roads, just a stalled vehicle report on the interstate between Georgetown Road and Newtown Pike. Outside of Lexington, you may want to watch out for slick roads because of Bourbon and Bath counties, especially. That comes after heavy storms in those areas last night.
And we had some rain rolling through many regions in the overnight hours. All right, good to have you along on WKYT this morning. Hope you'll stay with us. We have a lot more to tell you about today.
A good deed from the cast of the all-female Ghostbusters reboot. See how these brighten some kids' days. Coming up.
We have a couple more rumbles of thunder later on this afternoon. It's just looking like that summertime pattern where most stay dry, but when you do get that rain, it's very heavy rain. I'll get into that forecast, show you the area that has the best chance coming up.